I went from this physique right here to this one in a couple of months. Let me show you how I succeeded. Unfortunately, I managed this performance to go from this physique, which is lean, which is aesthetic, to this physique right here, which unfortunately doesn't look as good anymore. To give you guys a bit of a backstory, I did a mini cut. I managed to do a good mini cut. I lost a few kilograms of fat. I was very happy with the results. And afterwards, unfortunately, I was very unlucky and I got injured. It was a triceps tendinopathy. It was the insertion of the muscle into the bone. That tendon got aggravated. It was a very bad injury, and the degradation of the tendon, I'm pretty sure it occurred throughout time. And one small incident, it was enough to damage it. It was the drop that filled the cup. Was during the Muay Thai session. We were sparring and I threw a punch. I didn't make contact with the opponent, and in my triceps tendon I felt a very sharp pain. Now obviously, being very stubborn, I didn't stop. I continued my workout. Afterwards I continued to train for the next weeks. Unfortunately, it did not heal by itself, and please keep this in mind that the tendons, if you don't do anything about them, they will not heal. So you have to specifically target them and make them improve. This brings us to the point number 2 of the video, which are the mistakes. Yes, I did not stop training. I continued training. I just decreased a little bit the weight of my pressing movements. I said, okay, that should be enough. I applied some ice, but that was it. I didn't search for help. I didn't search for someone who's experienced. I thought that just applying a little bit of ice and some cream will fix the issue without doing anything else. If you are currently in this situation and you have some type of tendinopathy, very common are triceps elbow, for example, or golfer's elbow, which are inside. And if you feel some type of discomfort in that area, seek help, go to professionals. Don't just listen to me. I'm not a professional. I'm a nutritionist, but I'm not a physiotherapist. I'm not a doctor. So seek help from those individuals. In today's video, I'm just going to tell you exactly what I did, and hopefully your physiotherapist will tell you the same thing and you will continue in that route. You will improve your situation. Point number 3, seek help. Finally, I decided to seek help and I decided to go to the doctor. I did an MRI. Thankfully, it was nothing ripped, it was just deteriorated, and then I did the physiotherapy. And with the help and the advice of the physiotherapist, I started my actual recovery. Which brings us to point number 4, is the recovery. Now that the actual recovery started, it was a very, very slow process, very annoying, especially for someone who likes training hard inside the gym, someone who likes seeing the pump, like having that feeling of, yes, I did something in the gym. Now I had to really slow down. I could train legs, but on the upper body, unfortunately, I had to slow down a lot. The first month I just did iso holds. Keeping the weight in an isometric position for 45 seconds, it felt like an eternity. It was very annoying doing 45 minutes or 1 hour of this type of workout. So imagine doing like machine shoulder press. I was sitting there, just lightweight, pressing the machine up and holding that weight for 45 seconds. Doing like this, 3 sets, then moving to a chest press, again iso holds, triceps extensions, the same thing. This is what I did in the first month, 1 full month. Afterwards, because it started to feel a little bit better, in the second month I started using the dynamic movements, still very lightweight, imagine like the lightest possible on the machine, and I started to do very light movements. So 3 seconds on the concentric, 3 seconds on the eccentric, doing like this slowly for like 10 repetitions. This was the second month. Now, if this seems too much for you, keep in mind that I was in a chronic situation. My triceps, my tendon was chronic. So this is why I had to really dial back a lot and restart from complete zero. I was not able to do 1 single push-up. Now, after the second month, I started slowly to increase the weights. I started slowly to do like normal movements, 1 second concentric, 3 seconds eccentric, and I started to feel a little bit better. I was always writing down everything that I was doing and how much pain I had. This is the biggest tip I can give you in this video. Make sure that you write down how much pain do you have during the exercise, after the workout and the next day. If during the exercises your pain is like 3 out of 10, which is the ideal zone, 3 to 4 out of 10, later in that day it's again 3 out of 10, you're fine, but the following day you feel like it's a 7 out of 10, it might mean that you pushed it too much. So you have to adjust, you have to always listen to your tendon, not to your muscle anymore, it's just the tendon that counts. Listen to it. I know it's annoying, I know it's hard, but you have to be patient. With certain issues, for example, like golfer's elbow, you can go around it. You can use straps, so you can still use heavy weight for your back muscles, but the forearms will be out of it by using straps. And this way you can still monitor the pain. You can go, for example, to failure for your back exercises, but the pain can still be 2 out of 10. So if you have that tendinopathy, it's way better than what I had with the triceps one. The reason I decided to do this video is that many of us, we encounter this type of tendinopathies. They are very common during sports, but especially during heavy lifting, it's very common to have them. And this is why I decided to do this video and make you guys, prevent you guys from going into this type of 1 year long recovery like I had. After the first months, I decided, okay, I need to recover my body. I need to go into a bulking phase. I need to recover all that lost muscle, which is point number 5, bulking. This is what I did afterwards. I decided to go hand in hand with my recovery by increasing the calories, increasing the protein. I increased my strength slowly. My max, for example, in this video, you can see I just did it with 20 kilo dumbbells. I was very happy that I finally reached these dumbbells. My maximum was 42 kilograms and now it was 20, and I was very happy, very pleased with this result. So you can imagine the amount of muscle that I lost and strength. And finally, after a while, I recovered my lost muscle, I recovered my physique, and I managed to do a very good bulking phase. Unfortunately, because of my chronic situation, it took me 1 full year to recover. Yeah, I know it's a long period, but this is what happens if you are stubborn and you just go through pain and you say, you know what, I don't care, it's gonna heal by itself, let's just train hard. Yeah, you're gonna end up where I ended up, so please don't do this mistake. If there's one thing that you should remain after this video, if you have some type of pains like that, and for sure if you train hard, you will encounter those type of pains, make sure you're aware of them, apply this advice, immediately dial back, listen to your tendon, do certain exercises, seek help from professionals, and you can solve it in a couple of weeks or 1 month instead of 1 year. Now everything is fine for me. I'm happy that I'm healthy. I'm happy that I managed to do a great bulk. And now, probably if you're following me on Instagram, you know that I'm cutting. I did a very good cutting phase. I lost already like 33 pounds and I still have a few pounds to go. And I want to reach 8% body fat. So if you want to see my journey, you can subscribe to this channel. You can follow my Instagram page. And yeah, I hope you will learn something from my journey. Guys, like always, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check the description for more information. You can find me, like I said, on Instagram. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and see you next time. Ciao.